Hi guys, so today we are going to be making another little heart cake. It's a round vanilla cake with little hearts on it. So let's get started. So this is my vanilla buttercream. As you can see, it's jiggly. I'm gonna melt it a little more. Okay, so this is jiggly. See, it's nice and smooth. I'm gonna take it and put it in a bag. I don't need any tip for this cake. If you've already seen it, that's great. We also have a white cake with hearts on it in a heart shape. That video is also somewhere, so you guys can go check that one out as well. Okay, so that's the cake board. I'm going to be putting a little bit of frosting so that the cake sticks to the board. As you guys know, if you don't know, I'll tell you guys again. I'm using frozen cakes. The cakes are made fresh, but they're just quickly frozen for a while so that they're easy to assemble. And that's the vanilla cake right there. So we start with making a border around the cake. This customer wants it all vanilla, so it doesn't matter. But otherwise, if you're using a filling like strawberry jam, caramel, custard, anything that you guys are using, please make sure that you have a buttercream border around, and then you can use it. This heart cake, you guys can use it for any occasions, birthdays, events, celebrations, anniversaries. You can propose somebody with a cake. Anything. Okay, so I put the second one. I align it properly. Then I start from the side. 2, 3, on top. I always flatten the cake, the frosting on top first. Make sure there's no cake visible from the frosting. The cake is frozen and this is buttercream, so we have to work faster, otherwise the buttercream is going to freeze and it's going to be difficult to smoothen it. Okay. For the sides, you can just use this, put on the side. Now, wherever you see the cake showing, just add some buttercream over there. And smoothen it again. Don't go over it too many times to smoothen it, because it's going to defeat the purpose of, it's going to waste a lot of time. Nice and clean. I would highly suggest keeping the spatula here and cleaning the cake board as well while you're at it, because then it becomes really difficult. If you use a paper towel, it's going to take off too much buttercream off the sides and it'll all go to waste. So just clean it with the spatula. See how much you got from there. And now for the top, slide it in and clean the spatula. Slide it in, clean the spatula. the whole thing is nice and smooth. If you feel there is it's less somewhere, you add it in. So you add it on the top, then you smoothen from the side, and then again pull it right in. Okay, so that way, that's your plain cake. Now I'm gonna use a paper towel. I'm gonna clean the sides. I have some extra buttercream left over here that I'm not going to use for now. So I'm just going to put it all back in the bag. Okay. Put it all back in the bag, and most importantly, I will write on its original vanilla March 26th. So that way we know we got to use this first before we use anything else. Okay. Quickly clean up the space. Okay. Now it's time for the red buttercream. We have some red buttercream over here. We have some in a tip over here. How do we take that out? Just do this and the whole thing comes out. So I will be needing a little more red, so I'm going to add some of the vanilla. I'm going to add a little bit of red. Then I'm just going to warm this up. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna clean up the sides first because I want the whole thing to be red. And then I just mix it all around. Be careful while mixing red, the unmixed color might splatter on your clothes and ruin them for the day. So I've mixed all of the red in. There's no traces of white visible. When we are making the heart, we really don't want any traces of white in it. This is the writing tip I'm using. It's Wilton tip number 3. This is the tip I'm using to make the hearts. Put the tip in. Fill the bag with buttercream. There's a little trace of white over here, but that's okay. I'm gonna try and mix it. Okay, then you cut the bag. When we are cutting the bag, please make sure only 1/4 of the tip is visible and 3/4 of it. Basically, you have to have half or more than half of the tip inside the bag. Otherwise, there are chances that the tip might come out and the bag might explode because of the pressure from the frosting. Okay, so I'm going to cut it over here and I'm going to twist it so I have a good grip on it. Let's start. Okay, so we are visually going to divide the cake into 3 or 4 layers. So it depends on how dense you would want the hearts to be. Let's just start from this point. So for the heart, you press and leave, press and leave. Okay, 1, you have to do is make a heart in between these two hearts. Try to keep them of the same size. Your hearts like that. I'm going to be using the same vanilla icing that we saved. We fill it up. Okay. Now that I know that I have my message written, I'm going to finish making the hearts around it. Okay, then I'm just going to fill in the rest of the spaces. At this point, if you want, actually, yeah, it's fine. That's it. That's your heart cake.